offensive rebounds, doing extra other things to help their team.
Can you put anything in the last two games why it's taking you so long to really get going, back-to-back games where you kind of did most of your damage late?
No, it's just how the game went. I think obviously I want to get going, early, but this is one of those games where my shot didn't fall. And then I just had to make sure I stay in the game and make sure I'm leading these guys. And
It was a great season.
You look back now, I know you got time to process this and all, but I mean, can you think about, that this season and what's happened and what you guys did accomplish regardless of what happened right now?
Yeah, obviously this hurts, but no reason to hang our heads. We had a great season.
Yeah, I mean, first off,
didn't end how we wanted, but
he was one of two.
this team did a great job of just battling through adversity the whole year. And, it hurts that it's over, but we got to live with that.
Why do you think you guys were able to kind of switch?
I'm glad to do
I think we just gained some confidence. Early on, a lot of shots weren't falling. A lot of guys, including myself, just really wasn't playing, aggressive and confident. And then I think once we saw some fall, we gained some confidence. And then, we knew this would be our last game. So, we had to go all out and make sure that we were doing what we needed to do.
At the end of the day, is it kind of hard that you're able to get within two at the very end?
Yeah, that hurts. Obviously to get that close and know that we had a chance to win. But it doesn't come down to the last plays. It comes down to the first half where, we could have put ourselves in a better position.
Chase, how do you describe what happened in the first half? Sorry, you've already asked that.
I would just say that we weren't as physical as them.
Losing this way,
we were kind of surprised by how hard they were playing. I did a bad job as a leader of rallying the guys and getting us on track. But also I think we had a lot of open shots that we missed. I think we were 1 for 15 from 3 in the first half. And if a couple of those fall, it's a whole different game.
Can you talk about your impact scoring? I mean, just the second half to explode like you did. Was that you deciding I've got to take this into my own hands, or did the looks change for you?
I think I was just out there just playing and wanting to make some plays, and I made a few. But I think the biggest thing for me was in the first half I didn't do a good job of rallying the guys and getting us on track early and. Obviously, I don't get no chance to do that, but I'm proud of these guys the way we fought back.
You mentioned it. You don't get another chance. You take that jersey off today for the last time. What will you remember? What do you carry with you? How much has that jersey meant to you?
Yeah, I remember everything. The bad games, the good games, the hotel, the bus rides, eating out, being with little bro, being with all my brothers here. I'm gonna miss it. I'm definitely gonna miss it. I was just thinking about how much I'm just gonna miss everything. Everything that comes with playing high-level Division I basketball. And this school has meant so much to me, and I'm proud to say that I was able to be a part of a team that made history and did big things.
What's your legacy here?
I don't know. Right now, I feel like I let everybody down. That's how I feel right now.
Right now it's hurt.
Obviously I made some big time plays in my career, but I feel like in this moment I could have did more. I feel like I should have did more.
Right now it hurts, but maybe in a couple.
I just I wish things would have went differently. But I'm proud to say I wore this Clemson jersey and represented the school well. I wish it ended better. I think I would feel better if it ended better.
Chase, you guys have really rewritten the narrative around Clemson basketball over the last couple of years. Do you take any comfort or solace in what you have achieved?
Yeah, definitely. When I first got here, I think we came right off the tournament run right when I came, and that was my whole goal. To make sure this team was and this program was in these big time games. And I'm proud of myself and this team for what we did this year. And yeah, I'm just proud of this team and what we did, but it hurts right now for sure.
Another connection that you have with Coach Brownell is deeper than just player coach. Everything that he has meant to you as a man, as a leader, as a coach.
Yeah, definitely. He's helped me a lot, through this whole process. I've been through a lot of adversity, a lot of ups and downs. But he was always by my side. Always someone who was there to encourage me. And even when I was playing bad, he's a guy that getting my ass a little bit. He tell me that I need to be better. It's helped me grow as a man and as a player. And taking me a long way throughout my career. So I'm definitely appreciative of Brownell.
You guys were able to change the narrative and a lot of opinions about Brad and who he is as a coach and what he's done with this program. How proud are you that you guys were able to create the success to really turn some of that tide in that narrative?
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud for sure. I think we turned this program around. Probably not a whole 360, but a little 180. I don't want to say we did, something. I don't want to take all the credit, but I think this team and past team last year, even the year before that, I think we've shown that Clemson basketball can compete with anybody. And I think this program is in the right trajectory, and I'm proud to say that I was a part of that.
This is it for you and Dillon playing together, likely at least for a while.
Yeah.
Who knows what the future holds, but these moments, these memories, what they've meant to you and your family.
Yeah, they meant a lot. I don't even think we really realized what we've done, and just how far we've come, as brothers. To be sitting right here and have all these cameras looking at us and me talking to y'all, it's crazy. If you would have asked me 10 years ago if we would be here, I probably would have said no. But I'm proud of him and what he's done, and I know he has a long career ahead of him, and more he wants to accomplish. But as a family, I think that we're proud, and it's just crazy to be here in this moment.
Thank you so much, Chase.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.